Hello. Hi, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Is it hump day? It's hump day. Hello. Happy hump day. Welcome to another edition of SJ Live Positivity Podcast. I swear someday I'm going to have guests on this show and it'll actually be more like a podcast format. But you got to start somewhere. So that's what we're doing. I have been on the road the last couple days. I left the Chicagoland area and I am now in Indiana on my way to Nashville for our PulseChain tour meetup. That's going to be fun. I'm really excited for Nashville. If you are in the area, definitely come through. We are going to turn my bus. We're going to turn this little trusty steed here into a party bus. So it's going to be fun. What's up, D-Raj? Namaste, friend. Namaste. Good to see you. Thanks for coming to hang out. What's up, buddy? Hello, buddy R. Thank you for joining. If you're here watching, say hello in the chat. Say what's up in the comments. This is just a real impromptu. I don't have like a lot of topics that I want to talk about. I just want to be here to talk to y'all. On that note, I had a very awesome discussion last night with a good friend, and I just want to put this out there that if y'all are struggling, if you're just going through it right now, like many people are, because this bear market, pun totally intended, is unbearable. It really is. And I have nothing to compare it to. I don't. So I don't know. Half the time, I don't know what to say because this, from what I understand from the other people in my life who are also hexicans, pulsexicans, and have been in the crypto game much longer than I have, they all basically echo that this is the worst bear market they've ever seen. It's the longest and the lowest they've seen things go, right, in terms of the percentage on dips and the amount of time that we're spending here at the bottom. So all that to say, just know that you're not alone, that this is just part of the cycle. It's darkest before the dawn. It's the calm before the storm. I don't know if those are both right or interchangeable, but you know what I'm trying to say, guys. It's tough out there, and that's part of the reason I wanted to just put myself out there and say, hey, I'm here to be a positive voice in this community. I'm here to just shine some light and be a beacon, right? Be someone to just keep that positivity going. So I'm curious, since I'm here and we're talking about this and talking about positivity, if you're watching this stream in particular, because y'all know me, you know what I'm about, I would love to know if you have any tips on how to survive this bear market. What is it that's getting you through? How are you coping with the FUD? Because that's huge. There is so much FUD out there right now. And I said this before on, I think, the first stream, that I thought we had already kind of hit bottom in terms of, and again, it's my first bear market. So this is all to be taken with a grain of salt. But you hear the phrase bottom signals, right? And it usually someone is referring to some kind of something that's rather cringy as a bottom signal. And we thought a couple months ago we had seen all these bottom signals, but no, it's getting worse. And from what I understand, from what I've heard, it will probably get worse before it gets better still. So buy the fucking dip. It's as simple as that. I mean, if you have the ability to DCA right now, bless your soul, because I wish I did. I have a little bit of crypto set aside. I think, and that's tough. That's a tough call for me right now because I don't like having debt, and as you know, my bus has put me in a little bit of debt on this trip, but I'm able to pay those minimum payments, and I also know that anything that I can invest right now here at the bottom is going to really exponentially help out in the future, right? And for me, and this is I don't talk about this kind of stuff often. I don't talk about my bags or the coins or anything like that, but I'm going to talk we'll talk about it a little bit today because I just want to share my view in terms of DCAing at this point and what decision I'm going to make and why. I feel like regardless of how much experience I have in this market, it's good to share those things. Again, not financial advice in any way, shape, or form. I rarely have to say that because I rarely talk about our financial aspect of this community, but I'll go ahead and say it. Before I go there, let me finish saying what's up to the chat because y'all are gonna run away with me, and I just can't. I can't keep up. So I already said hello to D-Raj. What's up to Buddy? DJ Bomber, thank you so much for that track. I am stoked. I'm going to just play it over and over again and come up with something in my brain, and it's going to be great. So I'm excited for those. I mean, I don't know. Should we keep it on the down low? Should I tell anybody what's happening? He sent me a tweet and a DM that has a track, a very excellent drum and bass track. And I love to sing. So I'm going to try and sing over this drum and bass track. Cat's out the bag. I did it. What's up, Make It Miriam? Good to see you. I love the little crochet window hanging thing. What do you even call that? What is that called? You know how people have fuzzy dice in their mirror? Oh, people don't have fuzzy dice anymore, but like a mirror overhang. I don't know what the word is for that. I probably should have read the tweet instead of just staring at it, but it was so cute. So Make It Miriam is on Instagram. That's her Instagram is Make It Miriam. And she does all these super cute crochet things. I like to plug her every time because she's always here. Thank you for showing up. And she just did one that's a little ghosty and a little pumpkin. And I love it because Halloween's my favorite. So I'm super stoked. Already trying to nail down what the costume is going to be this year. Looking forward to that. I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to be in Austin for Halloween. I think that's around the time that stop for the tour is going to be in the Austin area. So if y'all are in that area, Chris Side Effects watching on the replay, I hope you are. We got to hang out, do something fun, have a grand old Halloweeny time. I'm looking forward to that a lot. Let's see who else is here. Johnny B3 HD. Johnny B3 is in HD. Woo! Good to see you. Miriam says, hopefully it'll be the highest and longest bull market for this one. So again, I do spend time with fellows Jensen and Jensen genitalia. That's not right. Oh, gentlemen and ladies who've been in the market a bit longer. And I wish that was the case, but from what I understand, it probably will be very short. The bull market will not be long, and just have a plan. This is something that I learned. Not just, I mean, I've heard it from other people, but it was really drilled into me to have a exit strategy, right? Not necessarily, I'm not going to end all my stakes or anything. I'm not going to EES anything, but you need to, if the way we are DCAing in, you need to DCA out. That's just as important. It is just as important to be able to DCA out when the bull market is happening as it is to DCA in, because, and again, this is just coming from all of the knowledge that I've heard over the last 2 years, people in my life, content creators. I'm just regurgitating what they've said. But and shout out to EcoBuilder for really instilling that in me and helping me know, or helping me just to concentrate on having a real plan, right? To write it down and actually have the conviction, right? We'll see, right? We're not there yet, and I'm intrigued. I'm interested to see, because I know it's going to be difficult. I've heard that it's hard to start to DCA out when either you don't have a plan or you think that, you're in that euphoria, right? And again, I haven't felt that yet. The closest feeling I've come to any of this whole, I mean, aside from being at the bottom of this like wretched bear market, right? Yeah, I feel, and don't get me wrong, y'all, like just because I'm here spreading positivity and you see a smile on my face 90% of the time doesn't mean that I don't also feel the FUD and I feel the downtrend, right? Of course I feel it. I just, like most things in my life, I don't allow myself to dwell on it. That's been one thing that I really feel fortunate that mentally I am very strong, and it doesn't take much for me to move from one place mentally to another, right? It doesn't take much for me to get myself out of a downward spiral. And don't get me wrong, like, there are times, right? Like, I'm not a superhuman. There are definitely times when I get into that kind of spiral and I just feel super down. But usually it's not about the market. usually usually I'm fine with knowing that I gambled whatever amount of money it is that I did into this market, knowing full well that it could go to 0. And on that note, I'm gonna keep going on the comments because there's one that is very pertinent to this. So Hex Glenn, hello, thanks for showing up. Hello, Russ, good to see you. And Russ's next comment is where I was going. Hex is 99% down, so it can only go down 1% more. Oh, y'all. I do think it is gonna go down. Again, this is just hearsay. Then, of course, nobody knows. Nobody knows. But from the more seasoned veterans in this here area, I've heard that over the next couple of weeks, we're probably gonna see lower lows. So get ready for that. Hold on for it. Know that it's coming, and know that this is the capitulation, right? Hold on. We're gonna capitulation. Capitulation. The action of surrendering or ceasing to resist an opponent or demand. Interesting. I don't know that this is the right word. I mean, I guess that just that makes sense. There's got to be another word it makes sense, right? That there's this capitulation happening, but there's something else that I'm trying to say that I think there's another word for it. And if you can help me wordsmith this, that'd be great. But basically, what I'm trying to say is that the lower we go, right? It's like a slingshot. So, envision that you've got this slingshot and it's going down, 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 down. It's going down. It's gonna go down forever. No, it's not. Let go of that thing, right? And then pew, we are off to the moon, friends. I can't wait. You guys, like I know that it's hard right now, but it's a cycle. It's a cycle. Keep that in mind that this is a cyclical event. And the bull market, pardon me, the bull market is very slowly and steadily on its way. That bull is just trudging through some fucking mud right now trying to get to us. Trudging through some FUD right now trying to get to us. And we just got to keep in mind that the sun will come out tomorrow and our bags are going to go right back up. And everyone who held through this time, y'all are the MVPs. If you are holding and you are DCAing right now, just pat yourself on the back. Just yes. Yes. Give yourself a hug. Oh, speaking of which, I want to encourage y'all to do this right now. Give yourself a hug if you can. If you're not driving, just squeeze. Give yourself a good squeeze. It's so nice. Especially a lot of us. I don't know. I want to say a lot of us are alone because I'm alone. So when you're alone, it's important to remember to love yourself, love on yourself, and take good care of yourself, and know that you're not alone. Right, like mentally, we're all here together. So let's keep on keeping on with the comments, and I will eventually get to what I was going to tell you about my own DCA strategy. So Clifton Lewis, thank you for being here, friend. He says turning forks and vibrate and turn. I think you mean tuning forks. Tuning forks and vibration plate machine are doing wonders for me. Thanks for all the positive vibes and your love you are sharing. You are super welcome. I have a good friend. This is kind of along the lines of tuning forks, but he does sound therapy with singing bowls. And oh my goodness, y'all, if you've never had a sound healing session, go experience something like that because it is phenomenal. It's really beautiful what sound can do to the body and the mind. And I had never experienced this before, but what he did is he's got this little, it's like a little donut hat thing and you put that on your head and then he'll put a singing bowl. My hair, you guys, I know people make fun because I touch my hair all the time, but I can't I can't unsee this mess. Anyways, so he will put the donut on and then the singing bowl on and then gong the singing bowl and it vibrates on my head and I'm just like, this is magic. There's something calming about it. It allows some kind of release, right? Vibration is huge. People don't realize how much vibration is a part of our lives and is a part of what we're made of and what our atoms are doing all the time is they're vibrating. So very cool. All right, let's keep going here. Hex Glenn says, being in Hex Pulse with the community helps. The numbers in this bear are brutal. They are super brutal. But to that point, don't look at the numbers. Just don't. Delete your Staker app. Delete your deck screener. You don't need it right now. Unless you're DC. I mean, if you're in a DCA, right? I guess it doesn't matter what the price is if you're DCAing, right? You don't even need to look. Just click that buy button and keep going. Not financial advice. Car hangers. All right. So I was talking about Miriam earlier, how she crocheted these super cute little things, and we'll call them car hangers. That sounds good to me. I like it. All right. D-Raj says, I listened to the Disney song Through Heaven's Eyes. If a man is to lose everything he owns, has he really lost his worth? Or is it the beginning of a new and brighter birth? Hmm. Something to think about. Some wise words there from Dr. D-Raj. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. I need to get on Hex Foodies. I've been slacking on that a little bit. So hopefully next, I think I missed you guys today. So let me know, D-Raj, is it still Wednesdays that we're streaming with the Hex Guild? Because I'll hop in there next week. I miss you guys. I miss y'all so much. All right, so next, Garten says, greetings. Hello, Garten. Love your orchid as always. Big fan of that. DJ Bomber says, personally, I just ignore the FUD. I'm just buying DCA. It's my first bear market. I have full faith in the ecosystem. Just got to wait and be patient. It will all work out 100%. And y'all, we are early. We're so early. Those of us that are here right now in this bear market, especially, I think we are going to see the greatest gains. I really honestly believe that we have the most to win because it's our first bear market. It's been brutal. We have just like they say in the UK, I think, hold tight the marker, right? That was the whitest UK accent. Is that even a thing? Pay no attention to me. But knowing that we've had the strength and the conviction to hold through this market, I do believe we will be highly rewarded. And the tough part is no one knows, of course. I had such a frustrating, look, being in this community, I'm gonna try not to cry right now. I'm real emotional. I get emotional these days, y'all. It's I understand that in part sometimes we're in an echo chamber, right? I'm emotional. And spending the last 2 years studying everything that I have about Hex and PulseChain and Richard, especially Richard, right? Knowing what a genius he is and knowing that Hex, Pulse, and Pulse X will do what they're going to do with or without him. Knowing that he invented Hex to be a better Bitcoin, knowing that this community is as strong as it is. And y'all, we already have a whole freaking documentary movie that was out in theaters. I mean, how bullish can you get for all this stuff? I mean, if you think about this SEC thing and what they're doing, what they're trying to come after Richard for, what a joke. It's a joke. It's a total fucking clown world piece of junk joke. And the glory is coming for Richard. There's no other way for this to end than for Richard in all his glory to be sitting there debating, the SEC and telling them what's up. It's on the fucking blockchain. You can see where all the money's at. You can see where where all the funds have come and gone. I don't understand. Like, it's so dumb to me that this is even a thing. Because you can clearly see, and I don't know how to track any of that shit, but I know that's what the blockchain was built for. Peer-to-peer transactions that are trustless, right? So what the fuck? Oh, pardon my French. I apologize. This is not a family show. I'm gonna keep going here. All right. Woo, I'm on fire right now, guys. All right, what up, SJ? That's me. What up, Brightlight 57? It's SJ, by the way, everyone. I get called AJ often. I think it's because it's A Wild SJ, and people get that screwed up. SJ stands for something. Maybe I'll tell you someday. A lot of people know, but I actually do prefer being called SJ, unless it's like my really close friends or family. And then it's something else, and maybe you'll find out someday. All right, Mr. Chuck, which I know I've said this before, but I can't get over your name. My dad that raised me, I have one of my my best friend, Jessie, she lived down the street from me growing up, and Jessie and I were the oldest, and then I had my sister Amanda and her sister Darcel. And then Jessie had one more sister under that. So it was like the 5 of these kids. We lived like just a few houses away from each other. We'd run back and forth all the time and have a grand old time. But her family, I don't know where this came from or how it started, but her whole family would call my dad Mr. Chuck. So every time I see your name, I think of my dad very fondly. Thank you. Anyways, Mr. Chuck says, during this bear, just DCA all the depression in this depression zone. It turns into euphoria during the bull. This is what buying the low is. I love that. That is great. That is very well said, Mr. Chuck. Thank you for sharing that. I'm going to say that one more time. DCA all the depression in this depression zone. It turns into euphoria during the bull. This is what buying the low is. Gorgeous statement. I appreciate that so much. I think this was in reply to what capitulation what capitulation is. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna switch well, before we switch topics, let me finish with 2 things. First, again, thank you, Eco Davin, Eco Builder, for helping me with this strategy to DCA out. I had it written down in a journal and I lost that journal, so I need to rewrite it down. But eventually my plan is to take like 20% at different percentage points. So like, let's say we get an 8x. At an 8x, I'm going to take 20% and like take 10% profit and 10% save it to buy the lows again. At least that's kind of what I'm trying to maybe hopefully do. And I know an 8x sounds ridiculous in crypto, but that's just the strategy that I'm going to start with. And we'll see how that goes, right? Because I want to know that I can even do it. So if we get an 8x, okay, I'm going to just go ahead and pull that out and know that I can. And know that I've written this plan down and that's what I'm going to do. And we're just going to move forward with that. Second thing is right now, because I got into this ecosystem through Hex, right? I got in just a few weeks before the PulseChain sacrifice. So I've been pumping my eHex mostly, right? Up until PulseChain launched. I have been growing my eHex bag over the last 2 years. I feel so set with my eHex. I'm good. My PHEX, same thing. I feel great. I don't feel like I need to buy much more hex, at least not right now, because what I want to do is I want to increase my pulse bag. I did sacrifice for PulseChain. I didn't sacrifice much because I didn't know at the time. I didn't know who Richard was. I didn't know what a sacrifice was. I didn't really know what I was doing. But thank you, Crypto Kool-Aid and Chris Side Effects, for helping me at least do something, right? At the very least, I sacrificed and I have a little bag of Pulse. I want to triple my Pulse bag. I think that that's my goal. And I think that that's very doable, not just at these prices, but at the prices that are coming up in the next couple weeks, right? Buy the fucking dip. So full circle from my conversation I started about 15 minutes ago is that's my plan right now. I am going to DCA into Pulse for the foreseeable future until I feel much happier with that bag. I want enough to be a validator. I'm not going to validate. It doesn't make sense in the bus. I can barely hold an internet connection. I'm actually tethering right now. Luckily I have unlimited data, so I think I'll be able to do this when I need to. But yeah, my Starlink, I have found myself once more in a spot where there are obstructions. There's trees all over the place. So I love trees. I'm happy to be in the shade. There's a heat wave going on right now, so it's hot out there. So no complaints about my space, but my Starlink again is not working. So I'm just tethering off my phone, and luckily it seems to be working great. I'm not having any issues. So fantastic. So all that aside, that's my where I'm at right now with my bags and my funds and all that jazz. So I know you're not supposed to share like real numbers or anything, and who knows what I'll get to. Who knows how low these prices will go. But one more thing I want to say about that is y'all need to quit crying. Y'all need to stop getting upset about the price, because this is a buying opportunity. Okay. Like, we're going to look back a year and a half, 2 years from now and be like, man, I'm so glad I bought that dip. I'm so glad I wasn't, scared and, fudded my own bags and sold all my Hex or my Pulse or Pulse X for fucking pennies. No. That's not what you do. That's not what we do here. That's not what this community is about. You guys, if this community isn't the most bullish thing in crypto for you, get out. Get out of here. Like, what are you doing? This community is, and I don't know. It's my first cycle. This is my first bear market. I've never seen another crypto community. But are they even out there? Right? I met one person in real life that's a friend of a friend, like, kind of mutual friend of mine. She's XRP and XRPian, Ripplean. What are they? Who knows? But that's the only other person outside of our ecosystem that I've ever met that was part, kind of part XRP army, right? Some shit like that. So, and then of course, like, yeah, I've gone to other meetups. I've seen Bitcoin maxis and things like that, but like, there's no community. They're community members, right? But I mean, they don't do anything. They don't have meetups. They don't have events. They don't have documentaries written about them, right? Like, oh, pardon me. Oh, I should water myself. Would you mind? I need less than 30 seconds to get some water. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves, huh? All right. Hydration tip. Coconut water. Super good for you. I would like to find another thing that's super great for hydration. And I learned this from being an actress. On set, they would have pickle juice. So coconut water, super good for you. Pickle juice, also fantastic for you. Try to find pickle juice that doesn't have yellow number 5 in it. That's kind of difficult. But those food coloring additives are not good for you. So, all right. So back to the chat. I wanted to get that out of the way because this is a really hot topic for me right now. Propylene glycol is the bullshit that you are inhaling if you are vaping. I quit vaping 4 days ago. Yes, it's my 4th day. The first day was hard. The first day was super difficult because I was around people who were vaping. And let me tell you, I wanted to hit that damn thing, but I knew that I think there's something about A, sharing it with the community, and B, having the days, right? Like I've I don't consider myself an addictive person. Um I dated someone years ago who was an alcoholic, and I went to Al-Anon so that I could understand what he was going through and so that I would not be an enabler. Now, with that being said, I I think that the having those chips, right? If you're an AA, you know what I mean. You get coins, right? Like this is like my one day, like my one. I've been sober for one day coin, right? You get it at a week, you get it at a month, and then they start getting them for years. I don't know exactly, again, because I'm not personally part of that program, but there is something about that, right? There's something about counting, like knowing, like, all right, I've been, off of this thing for this many days, and I've seen recently as well of a good number of people. Oh, I can't think of who it is right now. If you guys know which Hexican this is, let me know in the chat. But there's a Hexican right now that just quit smoking cigarettes. And he's documenting his journey almost every day. And he's just like, yeah, drove by the gas station that I normally pick up my cigarettes and didn't pick up cigarettes and kept going on my merry little way. That's important because you never know who else you're affecting when you share that kind of story. You never know who else needs to hear something like that. When excuse me, I just ate macaroni burps. You never know who's going to need to hear that they're not the only ones struggling with something. This e-cigarette shit is wretched. It's really addictive because they make you think it's better than cigarettes. But I am now on the side of it's worse. I really do think it's worse. So to answer your question, Johnny B3, I have done a little bit more research. I posted, let me see if I can find this tweet. I posted a reply. I think it was my own thread. And somebody, let's see. Let's see. Bear with me just a moment here. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. Okay. 2 days vape free. Here's all the comments. I'm not adding a comment. Here we go. Okay. So exploring Idaho. Hello, homie. This sweet friend said, keep it up, it's worth it. And I said, yes. I said, yeah, it is. I feel it's not even really about the vape itself. I put that mindlessly in my body. And then I posted 3 different screenshots about propylene. Sorry, I'm like propylene glycol. So I'm just going to read a couple of these things. Antifreeze. The freezing point of water is depressed when mixed with propylene glycol. It is used as an aircraft de-icing and anti-icing fluid. I'm just going to stop there. That's disgusting. So the stuff you're vaping is used as antifreeze. Food and drug. Propylene glycol is also used in various edible items, such as coffee-based drinks, liquid sweeteners, ice cream, whipped dairy products, and soda. Vaporizers used for delivery of pharmaceuticals or personal care products often use propylene glycol among the ingredients. It's used in alcohol-based hand sanitizers. It is used as a humectant. I'm sorry if I butchered that word. Humectant, to prevent the skin from drying. It's used as a solvent in many pharmaceuticals. Many pharmaceuticals that are insoluble in water utilize it as a solvent and carrier. It just, oh wait, what was that last one? Hold on. It's also used in certain formulations of artificial tears. And then what else? Antifreeze. Yeah, that's about it. Anyways, look, I know that there's tons of bullshit and tons of things that we eat and drink and put in our bodies all the time. But if I can be cognizant of what it is I'm putting in my body. And that's part of why I stopped, because I want to know. I want to know what I'm putting in my body and how it's affecting me. Now, one of the other things, I don't know if I have it up anymore, is, let's see. I had this article, propylene glycol. Effects of propylene glycol. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Ooh, this is very scientific. I'm not going to read this out loud. I will link it in the chat though. Here. There's tons of studies, guys. There's a ton of studies out there about how shitty this stuff is for your body, and I don't want to fuck with it. I don't. So, long answer to your question. Yes, I've been doing more research on it. I almost have to, because I want to be equipped with that knowledge, so that when in those moments when it's tough and I really want to smoke one of those stupid things or go buy one, I'm going to be equipped with enough knowledge to be able to combat that, right? All right, Russ says capitulation, all is lost, it's hopeless. Oh, all is lost. Oh, it's not true. We're gonna be fine. Wag me, friends, wag me. We are all wag. We are going wag me. We're going to make it. We are going to make it. What is up, J Boog? J Boog in the house. Flex. You like that? You like that? I try. Crypto King. Hey, man. Thank you so much for showing up. Thanks for being here in the chat. Boom. What is up, Hexicans? Excellent choice. Hello, good friend. Thank you again for all your support, everything that you've done. I hope the Southern California area is treating you well, and you're not too hot out there, man. Thanks again for installing this gorgeous, wonderful, miraculous mini split that I got going on right now. I feel fantastic. I am nice and cool, and it is, let's see, what is it outside right now? It is it is 91 degrees. Blah. Blah. The high is supposed to be 97 tomorrow, so again, super grateful that I am here in my wonderful, magical, air-conditioned bus. So appreciate you. Yeah, like button, smash it. You know you want to. You know you want to smash it. I'm terrible. Drick says hi fire. Hello fire. Hi. Paul asked, do you think Richard has a gag order against him? I don't. I think he's being very diplomatic. I think, because I mean, all of this, his silence kind of started before all this crazy FUD happened. And I think that he is just biding his time and biting his tongue. I think that he is going to come out of the gates swinging, so to say. I really honestly believe that Richard is going to do amazing things for this world. He's already done it for a lot of us. And to know, after studying for 2 years, over 2 years now, it feels like, his words, and then this is not even watching his streams, like, I barely have watched. I mean, I've watched a good number of them, especially during the time that he was streaming while I was in the community. I watched a lot of his content. I have not gone back and watched a lot of his content, but I probably should. But just his books alone, just Sci-Vive and 15 Ways to Fix the World, if that doesn't show you or tell you what kind of a man that he is, and how, I say this very lightly, right? Because I don't know Richard personally. I have never met him. We've never hung out. But from what I understand about his character, and from what I've read, and from what I know of him, I do trust him. Do I need to trust him to be happy with my investment and good with Hex? No, I don't. In fact, I shouldn't. None of us should, right? He says it in the movie, right? You should trust me, but if you get into the habit of trusting guys like me, you will get scammed. So, I mean, really just all I want to say is that I can't wait. I can't wait to see him defend himself and do it in such a manner that I think is going to change crypto as we know it. I really strongly believe that he is going to come out on top of all this, and we're going to have our day in the sun, and it's going to be beautiful. So that's what I got. That's all I got to say about that. Russ, you are welcome. I do what I can. You know, it's nice to be here. I really enjoy hanging out and being a part of this community. So SJ stands for Samuel Jackson. D-Raj knows. Shh, don't tell anyone. Garten says, FUD. Now's a great time to listen to Sci-Vibe again. Brilliant idea. What a great time to listen to something like that, you know? There are so many great little tidbits in there. And I got to get to work, y'all. I have a bunch of quotes that are just kind of hanging out on the back burner right now. I'm going to record the rest of them. I think I only have, because I committed to doing 369 sci-vibe quotes. I think with what I've got on the back burner, I've probably got like 50 left to record. And I'm going to put 2 out every day, 2 to 3 even, because I just want to get it done. Like I want to get all the quotes out there. And then I think I mentioned this before, but I plan to do a like a compilation video of every single quote from 1 to 369, and it'll kind of be like a TLDR sci-vibe video. So if you have any ideas about that, if you think I should just put the voices and like overlay it with like pictures of Richard or things like that, let me know. If you think I should just stitch each individual video together, maybe that's the best way to do it. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% set. And it'll kind of, obviously, like, it's up to me at the end of the day. And it also is dependent upon the technology that I'm using and how that all works. But that's something that I'm looking forward to getting done. And then that way I'll just have more time to hang out with you guys instead of concentrating so much on sci-vibe. Another here's Sarah Jessica Parker. No. Nope. Secret Journey. Nope. Good guess. This is my favorite so far. Drix says, no way, SJ obviously stands for salmon and jelly. I want a salmon and jelly sandwich now. No, I don't. That sounds disgusting. Speaking of which, Google, I don't know if it's on TikTok or what, but I just recently saw a very funny video where it's woman tries PB&J sandwich for the first time. If you know, you know. Just you might want to Google that. It's pretty freaking funny. Garten face purple crying. Smoked jerky. That's right. I love it. Yes, excellent choice. It is great without pauses. I'm so sorry for my other streams and how choppy they've been, but I think I've got it now. At least now I know that with my unlimited data, I can just tether off my phone. So that works out really well. Brightlight 57. Hello. Brightlight says DCA 100 a day will keep the fudsters away while you're in the depressing days. Instead of cope, start hoping. 100%. I love it. I love it. Oh yeah, this is when I was talking about XRP. I forgot what they were called, but yeah, this is right. XRP Army. Hex Piccola Borsa says, now is better than SAC. Glad to fill my bag. We are right here. I'm right there with you on that for sure. I am seriously hoping that we dip a little bit more over the next few days. I want to get more. Sunday night is my plan. So Sunday night or Monday at the latest, I'm going to be DCAing just a little bit that I've got left over. And again, like that's what I was saying is that it's tough because half of me wants to, like 75% of me would rather actually pay off my, put that towards paying off my credit card. But I think it's wiser, honestly. I think right now it's going to be very wise for me to put that little chunk into Pulse instead of, paying off that debt. Because I think it's going to just return unbelievably. in a little while. And luckily I have enough to keep me afloat with just making that minimum payment, right? So it's going to be fine. Paul Sachs says these prices are a blessing for those of us in class of 21. Absolutely. We took it. No. We took it hard. Is that what am I reading this right? Am I emojiing this right? We took it hard. No sweat that summer. Help me. Am I doing it right? Like, I kind of get what you're saying. Okay. Paul says propylene glycol is also a main ingredient in automotive antifreeze. It's gross, y'all. Like, why would I put that in my body? Why? Bad idea. Bad. No. Yes, and a lot of deodorants. So propylene glycol also an ingredient in deodorant. I'm curious, actually. Let me see. I don't think mine has any of that in it because I'm a hippie. And I use deodorants that are all natural or more natural. So this probably doesn't have it in there. No, I think anything that I've bought doesn't have any of that shit in it. No aluminum salts, no artificial fragrance. So yeah, luckily, I'm just gonna put a little bit of this on right now, huh? Who puts deodorant on stream? I do. You're welcome. It smells nice. It's a lavender and sage. Ooh, I'm so fresh. Okay. All right. Brightlight 57 says, I quit smoking a year and a half ago, and it was the hardest thing I've done in my life, addiction wise. Had panic attacks and a lot more, but it's worth it to not give up. Thank you for sharing that, Brightlight. I think nicotine is one of the most addictive substances there is. I'm pretty sure that's correct. And I think it's not just the nicotine, right? It's the act. It's that, with a coffee, after a meal, that when you're anxious, right? It's just this fix, right? It's this go-to quick fix, right? But it's not fixing shit. It's not fixing anything. It's not doing anything for you. It's not doing anything good for you. And props to you, man. I'm super proud of what you've accomplished. And that is a huge light. Thank you for being an example. Thank you for sticking to it. And thank you for being an inspiration for me because, whether it's a vape or a cigarette, it's not something that I am doing that's helping my life in any way, shape, or form. And I don't want to spend my time, energy, or money on things that are not going to propel me into a higher plane of existence, right? I know that that's a very grand way to say it, but I am not a low vibe person. I don't want to drag myself down further by putting shit in my body that I don't know what it is or I don't know what it does. That's the worst thing about the e-cigarettes is they're so new that we are just now starting to see studies come back about what damage they do to our bodies and how terrible the ingredients in them really are for you. So it's better for me to just know that I'm keeping my body clean and healthy than to guess. Just be like, oh, it's probably fine. You don't know. So, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to me. And, kudos to anyone else who's on that kind of, mission right now. And if I can encourage anyone to, quit those bad habits, y'all, please do, because you got 15-year stakes, right? You part of the 5555 club? Are you? Because we're going to need you around. So keep in mind that your kids and your kids' kids and your kids' kids, if you're into longevity, they also want you around and they want you to be healthy and happy and staked and minting and mining. So yeah. All right. Well, let's just keep on going here. This was I don't know. Let me know if that actually came up as a clickable link. because if I can't even post links, I got to figure out how to fix that. But if y'all can let me know if that is clickable, that would be appreciated. Sorry, one moment. I burped. Okay. So Excellent says it's harder than any other drug and it is warm but manageable. Going to AZ this weekend. I hope I don't melt. I hope you don't melt either. I don't know if it's going to get cooler there, but at least here in the Midwest, it's supposed to be really hot today and tomorrow and then cool down a little bit over the weekend. So fingers crossed, let us not melt together. Max says the best way I know of solving problems is not to have them. That's why I don't use deodorant. Smart. I'm sure there are other, there are some that you can use. But also, I'd mentioned this on another stream. That's fine. I mean, if you don't stank, right? If you're not stanky, which if you're not putting shit in your body, a lot of times you don't, right? Like I've known men and women who don't use deodorant, but they're very clean and healthy people, so they don't actually like emit a really bad odor. I don't know if that's a correlated thing. I don't know if that's like just like our bodies are all different and maybe I just gotten lucky with my friend group and they're not stinky kind of thing, but more power to you because you don't need it, honestly. Garten says PBJ, is she for real? What other products were in that aisle? Wasn't that a hint, right? If you don't know what I'm talking about, Google woman does PBJ sandwich for the first time. Okay, thank you Max for letting me know. So that link is clickable. Awesome. Well, what else is going on, friends? Hopefully I'm not taking up anyone else's precious YouTubeage. Let's see who's live right now. Oh, I see. Max is live. Anybody else? Westcott's about to be live in a little bit. Yeah, I'm probably gonna wrap it up. When did Max start? A little while ago. All right. Well, let's go raid Max and Westcott. And just have a grand old time. I don't think there's much I wanted to touch on other than that. Really proud of myself on day 4 of no vaping and glad to be on the road again. I really love seeing the country and all these different parts of the states, and Indiana's nice. I'm just south of Indianapolis. Be here for the next couple days and then on to Nashville and our party bus party. So yeah, and we're just under an hour. So I think this is good. I'm going to end it here. Got the 2 last little comments here. Throw your comments up real quick if you want to say anything before I go. Excellent. Oh, Brightlight says, especially after 20 years of doing it. Dang, man. I'm in my 30s now and started young. Yes, you did. That's intense. And that, again, super kudos to you for breaking something like that, having done it so long and having started at such a young age, right? Like it's almost ingrained in you. So shout out to you again, Brightlight. Great job. Max says, just like Steve Jobs, he thought he didn't smell, but everyone else disagreed. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Hopefully you have truthful friends around you that'll let you know. Russ says, thanks, SJ. Great chat. You are welcome, friend. Brightlight says, you'll make it if you want it enough with the vaping. Keep up the good work. Thank you. That means a lot to me. I do want it enough. I really do. I'm getting to a place and an age in my life where I told myself I wanted to be fit before my birthday this year. I don't want to say how old I am. Some of you know, some of you don't. You'll never guess, most of you. But let's just say I look very young for my age. I have great genes. And I've known for the last few years that this milestone birthday, like I wanted to be fit. And I'm doing that. I've been to the gym more in the last year than I have in the last 10 years, probably. And this vape thing is part of the getting to that fitness point, right? It's not just my physical fit. I mean, like, yes, it's my physical fitness, but that's also a mental thing, right? Because for me, it's more about the fact that I'm relying on this almost as a crutch. That was what the vape was for me. Was I feel anxious, I feel this way, I'm going to smoke this thing. No, I'm not doing that anymore. And I also I want to replace it with something healthy. So breath work, meditation, yoga, right? Especially breathing. Someone commented on one of my threads about another breathing exercise, and I would just want to put those things in the place of this stupid e-cigarette. So I'm going to do that. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for showing up. It was good to see you all. I am so grateful for all y'all coming my way. I am going to probably stream again tomorrow. We'll be here. I don't know what time, maybe a little earlier. I had to take a nap this afternoon because I didn't sleep well last night. Good guess, but no. And Max asks, is that an Aura ring, HRV ring? I don't know what that is. But I got a clock. And then the last thing, excellent choice. Great. I'm going to end it on this, y'all. We haven't even lived half our lives. We have time. Yes, sir. Preach. Preach. We have not even lived half our lives. I want to be 120. So I'm less than that, right? We got this. No, it's just a ring. It's just a very beautiful ring that was given to me. All right, cool. That's it, y'all. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be on the lookout tomorrow. I'm probably going to do it a little bit earlier in the day and hang out for a little while. But especially during the heat of the day, like let's hang out around like maybe like 2 p.m. Eastern time. We'll see. But I appreciate you and I hope you guys have a great day. Have a wonderful evening. Bye.